Councilwoman Selby,
Here.
Councilman Karakini,
Present.
Supervisor Keating,
Present.
Councilwoman Lukacek,
Present.
Councilwoman Martin,
Present.
Councilman Karakini, pledge of allegiance, please.
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have no other preliminary matters, so moving on to regular business. Item number 1, a correction and adoption of minutes for the January 2nd, 2020 meeting. Councilwoman Selby. Geez. Sorry. Councilwoman Martin.
Thank you, Supervisor. I had the opportunity to review this very lengthy draft of the organizational board meeting on January 2nd, 2020. And I found no corrections that need to be made, so I make a motion to accept the correction and adoption minutes.
Second.
Councilwoman Selby,
Yes.
Councilman Karakini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukacek,
Yes.
Councilwoman Martin.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, item number 2 under regular business this evening is consideration of all fund bills. Councilwoman Selby.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the payment of the all fund bills in the amount of $373,037.94.
I'll second.
Councilwoman Selby,
Yes.
Councilman Karakini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukacek,
Yes.
Councilwoman Martin.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, moving on to item number 3 tonight, correspondence. We have a letter from the Buffalo Erie County Public Library regarding the 2020 census, and that's been received and filed. No other correspondence this evening. Item number 4 tonight, moving on to new business, request from the floor. I will open up the floor for any public comment. Please come to the microphone, state your name, your address, and you have 3 minutes. All right. No public comments. I'll close the floor. Item number 2, we have our town's committee and liaison appointments. Councilwoman Lukacek.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. It fell earlier, I didn't. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay, the 2020 committee liaison appointments. I'm going to read off the 2020 liaison assignments. The rest of the committee appointments will be on the website, or you can request copies from the town clerk's office. Jennifer Lukacek, Planning Board, Boston Community Foundation, Hazmat Insurance, Parks and Rec, Cable TV, and Safety Committee. Mike Hardicini, Fire Departments, Fire Benefit Program, Christmas Lighting, Recreation, Chamber of Commerce. Kathleen Selby, Drainage, Streets and Lighting, Traffic and Highway Safety, Historical Society, Solid Waste and Water Districts. Kelly Martin, Boston Emergency Squad, Senior Citizens, Nutrition, Conservation Advisory Council, and Zoning Board. I make a motion, we approve the committee and liaison appointments as they are written in our packet today.
I'll second.
Councilwoman Selby,
Yes.
Councilman Karakini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukacek,
Yes.
Councilwoman Martin.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, item number 3 tonight under new business, we have scheduled a public hearing for the Boston Emergency Squad contract. Councilwoman Martin.
Thank you, Supervisor. We are posting public notice that the town of Boston will be holding a public hearing at the February 5th town board meeting to extend the Boston Emergency Services contract for the purpose of furnishing ambulance service to the town of Boston. This will be published in our local newspapers on the 24th of January. I make a motion to accept this notice.
Second.
Councilwoman Selby,
Yes.
Councilman Karakini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukacek,
Yes.
Councilwoman Martin.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay. Moving on to item number 4 tonight under new business, we have resolution 2020-07, amending the 2019 budget to properly account for the increase in extreme winter recovery funding. Councilwoman Selby.
Yes, I'd like to make a motion to approve resolution 2020-07 to amend the 19 budget to properly account for the increase in extreme winter recovery funding.
I'll second.
Councilwoman Selby,
Yes.
Councilman Cardini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukacek,
Yes.
Councilwoman Martin.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, item number 5 tonight under new business, we have resolution 2020-08, which is amending the 2019 budget to properly account for the AIM-related funding. Councilman Cardini.
Thank you Supervisor Keating. Resolution 2020-08 amends our 2019 budget to properly account for the AIM funding, AIM-related funding we've received. I make a motion we adopt this resolution.
Second.
Councilwoman Selby,
Yes.
Councilman Cardini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukacek,
Yes.
Councilwoman Martin.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, item number 6 under new business, we have resolution 2020-09, which is Connie D. Minor and Company Grant Consultants to serve as our town grant writer. Councilwoman Lukacek.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. Connie D. Minor and Company has been our grant consultant for many years. She has been very helpful and performs more duties than we normally ask as a grant writer. She has the experience, resources, and qualifications to handle our specific needs of the town of Boston. It is further resolved that the Connie D. Minor and Company shall be the duly designated grant writer for the town of Boston through December 31st, 2020, and shall perform those specific tasks and duties as are required of our town grant writer pursuant to the town of Boston code. I make a motion we approve resolution number 2020-09.
I'll second.
Councilwoman Selby,
Yes.
Councilman Cardini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukacek,
Yes.
Councilwoman Martin.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, item number 7 under new business this evening is our town prosecutor, Anna Kobioka, has a request to attend the Association of Towns 2020 Annual Meeting and Training School. Councilwoman Selby.
Yes, I'd like to make a motion to approve the town prosecutor, Anna Kobioka, to attend the Association of Towns 2020 annual meeting in New York City in February 20.
Second.
Councilwoman Selby,
Yes.
Councilman Cardini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukacek,
Yes.
Councilwoman Martin.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, we have no business this evening, and so we'll move on to reports and presentations. Highway Superintendent.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, I just want to report that my worker, Bill Florness, has been off for the past month, and he's going to be off for the next few weeks, maybe longer. He's got some health issues, so we're down one man plowing, so we'll get all the streets plowed on a timely fashion. It might not be quite as quick as we used to, but we'll do the best we can. Other than that, the highway department has fill that we've accumulated last summer, and over the winter, we've accumulated a little more. We got fill available if anybody needs fill. We have some wood chips available, and we still got leaves down at the highway department from last fall that are available. Other than that, tonight I got the specs for our new 10-wheel dump truck that the town board is looking over, and hopefully by the next board meeting, we'll have it approved and be able to order the new dump truck to replace the one we got rid of 2 years ago, so we definitely need a new truck. And other than that, the guys were out chipping brush. Yesterday they were out chipping brush due to the high windstorm last weekend. There was like 3-4 piles around town, so the guys went out and did it before the snow gets here and they get covered up and the plows hit it coming down the road. We try to go out and chip the brush whenever we have a storm like that, but we were talking downstairs about the cost of picking up brush, and the supervisor kind of informed me that we should only be picking up brush during brush pickup, which is in the spring and the fall. So from now on, we probably won't be going around all winter and spring and summer like we have in the past. We'll try to keep it in the budget that we get from the general fund to pick up brush. So that's all I have to.
Thank you very much. Just for clarification, on the brush and leaf pickup, what was discussed downstairs was that the town traditionally has, the residents have heard, the town sets pick up in the spring and pick up in the fall. And then, obviously we have to start taking into account these storms, because now this is the second year back to back that we've had brush collection, leaf collection, as these streets have been blown over. So there is a budget for that, and it's just a matter of staying within the budgetary means for that line item on the budget. And if there's additional monies needed, that the town board should be notified in advance, so we can make the necessary, and if the town board agrees to make those appropriations and budget amendments. So, Councilwoman Zelli.
I have no major report, just that I'm getting acclimated to everything, and I spoke with Bob briefly about any possible street lighting or drainage problems, and right now, we're okay. Hopefully, I think the street lighting I heard was back up at the 219, so that's good news for everybody. And that would be all I have.
Okay, thank you very much. Councilman Carnegie.
Thank you Supervisor Keating. The Boston Colton Chamber of Commerce recently announced their awards for 2019. I'm pleased to report the Business of the Year is Foxhole Winery, the Nonprofit of the Year is Bread of Life Outreach, and the Citizen of the Year is Herb Klein. We're going to have an awards dinner. We'll be at the Tipsy Goat in Colton on Thursday, January 23rd at 6 p.m. The cost is $25 per person, and hope to see some people there. Wanted to take an opportunity to thank Gail and her crew at Rucker Lumber for sending the cube van and her driver Rich. Dave Appa of the Patchen Fire Company and I were able to work with Rich and move the donations from the Patchen Fire Hall, the Squads Hall, and Town Hall, and move along some of those donations to the Bread of Life Outreach Center, which serves all of our communities. So people that donated things, new and gently used things, are going to have the opportunity to stay in our communities and help, more than just two families. There was a lot of donations. So wanted to take a moment and thank Gail at Rucker. Also wanted to thank Allison and Ellie in Supervisor's office. Ellie, the bookkeeper, they did an awesome job sizing a lot of these things and separating them out so that when we dropped them off at Bread of Life, it was very simple to just get them where they needed to go and up on racks. And then just a quick thanks to the people that supported the two families that lost their homes in the recent fires. It's really been a very rewarding thing to see the outreach, when something unfortunate like this happens. So that's all I have tonight.
All right, thank you very much. Councilwoman Rich.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. We had a planning board meeting last night that went well, especially since we had a few folks come and ask about the planning board and they've shown their interest. We're hoping that they'll be sending their letter of intent. I'm hoping that this transpires over to the zoning board as well. So just keep it out there that we're always looking for new members. You really can help make change and help change when you help in these zoning and planning boards. We do have elected officials, we do have paid employees for the town, but the town really runs on its volunteers. So I thank them for attending last night, and I hope we'll see their intent letters soon. That's all I have.
All set, thank you. Councilwoman Martin.
Thank you Supervisor Keating. I had the opportunity to attend the Association of Towns newly elected training last week. I did make a lot of good connections, got a lot of good resources, learned a lot of good stuff that can help our town. I was led by the state comptroller's office mainly, so did make a lot of good connections and got some information. If I ever need any help, I know who to reach out to.
Thank you very much. Madam Clerk.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. I have received a letter from the Association of Towns. It says to please read this at your first 2020 town board meeting. Unfortunately, though, I did not have this letter for our first meeting. So, as it states, dear town clerk, please read at first 2020 town board meeting. The 2020 training school and annual meeting of this association will be held at the Marriott Marquis, New York City, February 16th through 19th. 2020. This is a training session for town officials. The brief outline of the events: there is an informational hearing, a general opening session, group sessions that include various categories of town officers and special programs, follow the opening session as will be set forth in the printed program. This is offered for town board members, building officials, planning and zoning officials, town justices, general, town justices, advanced, accredited, tax collecting officers, fiscal officers, public works and highway, town clerks, town court clerks, and town attorneys. Then there is a breakfast with the association and an annual business session. The town clerk's report for December 2019 has been submitted to the supervisor, and I received the code enforcement officer report for December 2019, and also the town hall labor maintenance log for December 2019. The town hall will be closed on Monday, January 20th, in observance of Martin Luther King Jr. Day. And that is all I have. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Only a couple things I have, actually, I see that our contact from the media is here. I'll touch base real quick on the drop boxes. I touched base on this at the last meeting. I spoke to the deputy when he was in the other day. The weight limits and what was collected, once again, so syringes that were collected here at the town of Boston was 206 pounds. And a 55-gallon drum that holds approximately 100 pounds of material. So roughly 2 55-gallon drums of syringes, whether you're diabetic or it's your pet's medication, et cetera. Those all came in and were collected here. And then when it comes to the pharmaceutical side, whether it's a liquid or pill form, 427 pounds were collected here just at our location. So it's certainly something that I certainly want to thank the county sheriff's office for that, the deputy Aaron Nagley. He's the only person in the entire county. He serves the entire county at all the different drop box locations, and he does a great job. But certainly that's in our community. Councilwoman Sully, she brought up the 219 Expressway lights, a little bit of history there. Obviously, this was discussed at the last board meeting. Yes, the town has known since early December. It's just a matter of coordinating efforts between NYSEG and the electrician. What was identified as the problem is the wiring for all of that series of lights on the Boston side of the 219. There must have been a short, but essentially the wires had melted together, which essentially arced, caused the outage, and actually just today at 3:36 p.m., the electrician had contacted us to let us know that NYSEG had just re-energized the lights and the lights were on, and they knew that because if you are familiar with our community, there's the one light that's there that the photo cell does not work properly, so during the day, it's always burning. And that was burning when I came through, and my wife actually confirmed that it was on. So, thank you for the residents that called and reported that outage. Yes, it did take some time, I apologize, but unfortunately, when you're working with multiple different entities, and NYSEG was the ones that identified that. Probably the one key piece of information here is that infrastructure is actually town municipal infrastructure. So all of those lights are actually town-owned, which is why we actually have a bill now essentially to repair those lights. Long story short, they have been repaired, and as Councilwoman Selby stated, hopefully they'll remain working for a while. Last Friday, we had the heat outreach event. Surprisingly, it was pretty successful, even though we've had a fairly mild winter so far. The biggest concern, with dealing with some of the conversation with the folks from the county, was that because we have not had a cold snap this year, some people are just kind of, if you will, coasting. They're making ends meet, and they're not necessarily relying on that assistance from the heat program. They're not seeing it just in our community, but they're seeing it in other outreach programs. So we're actually kind of keeping it on our radar of holding a possible second event. We'll see what happens. But there are also other avenues. Anybody that needs heat assistance can reach out to the county, or you can also enroll online. There's a link right on the county website and also on the state website. And that is all I have for tonight. So I will make a motion to close the meeting.
Second.
Councilwoman Selby,
Yes.
Councilman Cardicchini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukasik,
Yes.
Councilwoman Martin.
Yes.
Motion carried.